All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. We're obviously super excited about NaNoWriMo and the return of NaNoWriMo to MVCC. So this is just an introduction to NaNoWriMo. My name is Tish Hayes. I am the Information Literacy Librarian.
My name is Cheryl Bundy. I'm a communications instructor here and a creative writing instructor here at the college.
And we're just going to walk you through how NaNoWriMo works, give you some tips for getting prepped for November. And we're going to get started with our first slide. So you might be thinking to yourself, who is wild enough, and are you wild enough to participate in NaNoWriMo? Yes, absolutely you are. So NaNoWriMo has over 400,000 participants. So people all over the country are doing NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo has resulted in 495 published novels. So you might be thinking about, writing something that you want to get published. That's a lot of novels to come out of those projects. But of course, it's also, you don't have to even think about getting your work published. But it's exciting that that's like a starting point for folks. And then that 100% support. NaNoWriMo, one of the reasons it works is because of the community that supports it. So we have our community here at Moraine, but there's also a huge community at NaNoWriMo.org with all kinds of pep talks, encouragements, emails. There's all kinds of things that will get you through the month of November to the 50,000 words that you'll be writing.
So what exactly do you do in NaNoWriMo? So this is like the 25th anniversary of this event. It is, of course, as Tish said, it's like worldwide. People participate during the month of November. And really the goal is to write a 50,000 word novel draft. And so that's a short novel, right? But still to actually accomplish that in a month. And so the event itself begins at 12:01 a.m., November 1st, so the first second you can in November. And you basically just write with whatever software you have. And so, you do your own process in that way. And what you essentially do is log in your word counts on the website for National Novel Writing Month, and also for us, because we like to find out how many of our Moraine people, complete the 50,000, or how many words you actually are able to produce in the month. So we'll keep our own tally as well. And essentially, if you reach 50,000 words, you win. But of course, it's not a contest. But it is an amazing accomplishment. And so, the whole structure of the organization, National Novel Writing Month, really helps to encourage you and create motivation to get your words in, accountability to get your words in. And so that's a big part of what the whole system is for. And then so many people are able to accomplish the 50,000 by the end of the month.
So if you're wondering, why participate when you could sit down and write 50,000 words any month of the year. What makes November really special is the community that's built and supportive of NaNoWriMo and of getting those 50,000 words written. So participating in community, we are going to have October workshops. So this is our introduction. We'll have a couple of writing workshops coming up later in the month, and then kind of a kickoff event at the beginning of November. So you can come to those workshops, watch them online, just as you're getting prepped, and then come write in the library. So we're going to have write-ins throughout the month of November. So each week there will be an opportunity for you to come meet other writers, other participants in NaNoWriMo, write for an hour and a half, really focused, get those words in, and get that encouragement you might need, especially later in the month as you might be lagging. Those are super helpful. And then there's also the networking that happens within NaNoWriMo.org. So you have the community, the physical community here, our meetings, but then there's all kinds of supports that you'll be able to find online through NaNoWriMo.org. Mm-hmm.
Why exactly should we commit to 50,000 words? Well, again, it is kind of a short novel, so that's a good goal in that way. But that amount of writing, I mean, you end up having to do about, I think, 1,167 words a day. Like that's if you were going to write every day and space it out evenly, that's what it would be. But doing that, writing every day, actually helps you develop the habit of writing, which if you are at all are creative writing inclined, the biggest obstacle is finishing stuff and seeing a project through. And you can only do that by really making writing a habit. So one of the big benefits is that it'll help you accomplish that, to actually have to write every day. You end up growing your time management skills because of that too, because, you know, November is also the month of Thanksgiving. And, you know, there are going to be moments like that week where it's very challenging to figure out when you're going to do your writing. So you end up being very clever and careful about like fitting that in because it's a priority. You can definitely tap into the creative feedback loop. You can connect with this community of writers, whether it's people on campus who are interested in trying to accomplish this task, or the many, many people online who are also invested in it. And then at the end of the day, or the end of the month, you'll accomplish something that you might have before seen as truly impossible. You'll have done it. And so it's very exciting to accomplish that.
So one tip is just kind of prepping, getting ready to do it. So you might ask yourself, can you do it? Are you ready to do it? The first thing you would probably want to do is let people know, right? Like if you're trying to secretly write 50,000 words, people are going to take up your time. People are going to ask you to go out for coffees, and you will end up, you know, unable to follow through with your commitment to writing the 50,000 words. You might need to set up your own writing space. So is there, you know, someplace in the library, in your home, a coffee shop? Like where are you going to go and where you can focus and get that writing done? That's super important. And then a time audit might be really helpful. So starting now, kind of thinking about where is your time? Where do you spend your time? Where are there free moments that maybe you can sacrifice a TV show? Or maybe, you know, this time that you spend scrolling on your phone, like all of us, like maybe that half an hour might get, you know, redirected to writing. And we have some time audit sheets that we'll link to so that you can just use those. There's other options online too.
Another thing you'll find linked under the video is a quiz, and basically what you try to figure out if you're going to do NaNoWriMo is, are you a planner or a pantser? And it's just a little bit of jargon from the NaNoWriMo community. But if you take the quiz, you'll find out which you are. And essentially what this means is, you know, are you someone who doesn't necessarily need a plan for their novel? You just want to kind of see how it unfolds and just jump in with some writing. Maybe all you have is like a character in mind. That is totally okay. And that might be a great process to follow. If you're somebody who feels like they need a little more structure before starting November, like you would like to have a plot for your novel, and some people will really very elaborately, you know, plan out what the chapters are going to be, like the details between the characters, and plan out the conflict and really understand what the structure of the story is going to be. Well, that's something that you can work on then in October, and so you could be ready come November 1st. So again, there's no wrong way to do NaNoWriMo, but knowing a little bit about yourself can help you have a really good experience. So we invite you to take the quiz and find out which one you are.
The quiz is really fun. Recommend it. So again, we have our own website, nanowrimo.morainevalley.edu. That's going to be really helpful for connecting here in the library. You'll find our events on the website. You will find some resources. So as you're preparing over the month of October, kind of getting yourself set, there's lots of resources there for creating characters or settings, writing prompts, things like that that might be really helpful. We also have information about how to participate. So you'll have, again, like all of the dates for our events, but also when we do start writing in November, there will be a link there that you can use to record your all of your words. We're going to keep track of that, and then at the right ends, we'll have prizes. We'll be able to celebrate all of those words at the end of the month as well.
some of the links that are on our website also link to resources that NaNoWriMo has created for writers as well, especially for the month of October when you're trying to plan things out. There's a whole set of resources that they offer to help you kind of figure out who your characters are, what the gist of your story is, what the plot's going to be, and so on, to really get into that planning if you want to. But the NaNoWriMo website will end up being kind of like your home during the month of November. Once you create an account there, you'll have an ability to announce to that online community the name of your novel and a little bit about yourself. And then basically there'll be badges that you earn for doing your first login of your word counts. You'll see a graph that'll be kind of motivating to help you see where you are so that you could achieve your goal at the end of the month. So there's all kinds of little built-in encouragements to help you really work towards this goal. And then the other thing that you'll find on the website are the many communities. And so there are many local communities here in our area. There's a huge Chicago-based one. Different suburbs will have their own kind of NaNoWriMo communities. So it allows you to connect with other writers in the area. And then, of course, you're able to find out various places where write-ins are occurring. And again, Moraine Valley is an official write-in location. So we'll, of course, be set up for that as well. So it's a great resource, definitely will be a part of your process. And that's where you get to buy your winner t-shirt at the end as well. So once you get your 50,000 words. We also have here at the library several of the books that NaNoWriMo has created. As you can see from the slide, the first book is really a workbook, and it's meant to help you kind of figure out your novel and get things organized before you get to November. The second book, No Plot, No Problem, again, it gives you a guide to how to kind of set up your life so that you could actually be able to accomplish this in 30 days. And then the last one is really just all about pep talks and motivational tools to help you. So we do have these available. You're welcome to come check them out, and they may end up being great guides for you on your journey.
We're not going to play this now, but we'll link it again in the notes. But this advice for first-time NaNoWriMo writers, if you are participating for the first time, or maybe it's been a while, I haven't participated in a number of years, so I need to go back and get some good advice. It'll just kind of walk you through what to expect over the month and just kind of set you up for success. If you are feeling intimidated by that 50,000 words and what that might mean for your life, I recommend watching this. It'll give you, I think, the confidence to move ahead.
And this slide features just a little bit of an explanation here. As you can see, the logo for NaNoWriMo features this Viking helmet. And you may be wondering, why is there a Viking helmet? The man in the photo here is Chris Batty. He's the creator of NaNoWriMo. And so why is he wearing a Viking helmet? And basically the story was when he first started doing this 25 years ago, he was trying to write in kind of a chaotic location. He might have been sitting at his desk with family around. And so he came up with a way to keep family members from bothering him while he was writing, which was ultimately a way for family members to support him and support his goal. So he started wearing a Viking helmet. And we're not saying you have to wear a Viking helmet, but there might be something that you wear. Maybe it is a hat, maybe it's just a scarf, some kind of thing you put on your desk. But if you're telling your family members that you're going to, really try to accomplish this goal, they can support you by not bothering you when you have that object on your desk or when you're wearing that red scarf or whatever it is you decide to do. But it's just a nice signal and a way to encourage others to support you.
So if you're sold and you want to participate, there are a few things you can do now to get yourself prepped. So you can go ahead and go to nanowrimo.org, that's the national organization, and create an account. That'll give you access to a lot of the tools. Definitely explore there. Keep attending the workshops and events here, and again, you can keep track on our website, and we'll have info through the library social media about all of those events as well. NaNoWriMo has a Nano prep 101 workshop, also a blog. So again, if you're looking for more information, more encouragement, more tips, that is a great place to go. And then social media will keep you informed of all of the NaNoWriMo things that are happening. And I think definitely like kind of gearing yourself up for November. Go ahead and follow some of those places now, and you'll definitely be in the spirit and feel really well prepared once November hits.
And then finally, like our first kickoff write-in, again, if you do our workshops, those all happen in October. But starting on November 1st, the very first day of NaNoWriMo, if you come here to the library between 2:30 and 4, we will be writing. And so you'll encounter other writers who are working on NaNoWriMo. We'll raffle off some prizes. We'll have some treats. There obviously will be the coffee bar and the new donut shop. So there's plenty of stuff to help fuel your creative energy. So we look forward to having you join us.
And definitely reach out if you have questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.